So we're now at a point in our project where we can apply our ridge cap. The cap style that we've chosen here is referred to as R8, R being ridge cap, 8 referring to the fact that it provides us with 8 inches of coverage on each side. That leaves you or affords you plenty of leeway when you're applying your sheets if there's any sort of wiggle room that's necessary or needed or required because maybe the sheet wasn't as long as you wanted it to be. An R8 cap gives you plenty of coverage and can help in those situations. There's a little step halfway down here to increase its rigidity. It's a great cap option. So we're going to look at applying this to our extreme angle roof here, which is another thing that our R8 does because it's got such a long flange on each side. It can accommodate those steep pitches. So pretty straightforward to cut at your intersection at the top of our valley here. Again, because we have the step down design. What you're going to do is make a slice cuts into your termination point at each bend joint, so that as you fold these sides over, we maintain that design of the cap. Same thing happens on the inside, of course. We've folded over our flange so that when our opposing ridge cap comes from the other side, it will lay over and create a nice joint detail here. Let's see if I can hold these up for you to show. That essentially is the effect that we're achieving. And once, of course, this is on the roof, I'll have the ability to manipulate that, and that'll be a nice tight joint when we go to install it. So with our ridge cap connection point established at our valley, we can see that this cap is running short of the full span, which gives us a good opportunity to address how to lap our ridge caps. It's very straightforward. The profile will suit itself to nesting over top of the previous piece, but that is a sensitive joint there, so we want to make sure we're using caulking. And it's a good idea to point out. I want this lap connection to happen past a rib joint. So instead of just overlapping a few inches, I want to overlap at least past the next rib. That's going to give me the opportunity to put a fastener through both my new over top ridge cap, if you will, in through my underneath ridge cap, and that's going to create a nice sound tight weatherproof joint. Now, as we look at this end of our ridge, we're going to have a situation where our cap will end and we'll have this open space. So it is possible, again, to make these relief cuts at the profile lines and fold closed this end. But another thing that Havelock Metal will do for you is we can create end caps that will be customized to the appropriate slope and style of ridge cap that you're using. So it'll fit in nicely, whether you want to have it out flush or whether you want to have it inset slightly to provide a bit of a reveal. A little bit of caulking and your screw points will seal off the end of that ridge cap nicely. So again, with looking at our ridge cap application and our little saying about steel on steel not being a seal, it is important to put a closure under these ridge caps, whether it's a vented one like this one or a solid foam. The point is it'll be applied along the steel underneath the cap at a point where we don't want to have it exposed to UV elements as best we can. So I'd like it to be up high enough that it's shaded, but not far enough that it creates a pocket where pests might like to maybe create a home in there. So somewhere around this kind of point is appropriate. I'll bring it back out to this layer so we can see. We'd find it somewhere around this kind of position. This is going to allow us to have our fastener go through the ridge cap sealing through the foam, and again in through the steel, and then in, of course, to the roof deck below.